guys, welcome back once again to my channel. So after the long wait of this Albania-Italian migrant pact, okay, for an Alsatian, in fact, an Alsatian immigrant who arrived in Italy, the camp has finally been opened in Albania. So if you're arriving in Italy like this, and you are coming from probably a country tagged as safe, there is high probability as a man or a youth, a guy, a young person, that you are going to be sent to Albania if you are arriving this way. Now let's start from this video.
Oh, okay. Please, silence. No, no joke, eh? No joke. Okay? We are here to help you, okay? Trust us, okay? We help you too, okay? No.
All right, so you can see that migrant boat, arriving where they want to rescue them. This is the news here. They say that this camp has finally been opened. Giorgia Meloni has finally succeeded, even though there are contradictions with the European Union court that, also interfered and said that, what criteria are they going to be using? According to what we have here, they say migrant centers in Albania operational from today. And today is the 11th of October, 2024. The ambassador ready to welcome the first group. So probably the next group of people who are going to arrive from Libya, Tunisia, and elsewhere are going to be sent to Albania. I don't know who is going to be that person. They should receive shipwrecked people coming from safe countries, but a ruling by the European Court of Justice calls into question the criteria used by Italy to define it. Now, after postponement, delays, and critical issues that have caused the opening initially scheduled for early August to be postponed week by week, the two migrant reception centers in Albania wanted by the Meloni government are now operational. You can see that. So I want to know what you think. Let's continue with this video before I give you more details on it.
Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni visited Albania this week to solidify a migration deal between the two countries. The 5-year agreement allows Italy to send up to 36,000 asylum seekers annually to Albania, where their claims will be processed. Centers in Albania will host up to 3,000 asylum seekers rescued at sea by Italian boats, with facilities in Schengen and Jada staffed by Italian personnel, but secured by Albanian guards. Because only migrants from countries deemed safe by Italy will be sent to Albania, the vast majority of requests are expected to be rejected. Those whose requests are turned down will be detained ahead of their eventual repatriation, which can take a long time. This initiative, which will cost 670 million euros over 5 years, aims to relieve overcrowding in Italy's centres and deter irregular migration while supporting Albania's EU membership ambitions. Critics argue it could lead to human rights concerns, as more and more EU countries seek to externalize their asylum policy.
All right, I believe you guys heard that. Now, Italy has formally opened 2 centers in Albania where it plans to hold men who are intercepted in international waters while trying to cross from Africa to Europe. The Italian ambassador to Albania, Fabrizio Bucci, said the centers were ready to accommodate people while their asylum applications were processed, but could not say when the first ones would arrive. As of today, the 2 centers are ready and operational, Bucci told journalists at the port of Schengen on Albania's Adriatic coast, where the people picked up will land. Under the terms of a controversial deal that has been criticized by human rights groups but tactically endorsed by the EU, up to 3,000 men a month will be taken to the centers while the asylum requests are processed in Italy. Children, women, and vulnerable individuals will still be taken to Italy. The agreement was signed last November by the Italian Prime Minister. That is in 2023. That's when the agreement was signed. Giorgia Meloni, who is the Prime Minister, and her Albanian counterpart, Edi Rama. Meloni said at the time that in exchange for Rama's backing for the centers, she would do everything in her power to support Albania's accession to the European Union, because Albania wants to also become part of the European Union. So Giorgia Meloni has used that to, kind of do banamish exchange. If you give me these centers, then I will push for your country to be enlisted into the European Union nations. All right? Meloni, who once said Italy should repatriate people and then sink the boat that rescued them, has argued that the plan is necessary to reduce arrivals by sea. So what this means is that somebody may travel from Libya, from Tunisia to Italy. You want to enter Italy. And finally, you'll be rescued, just like the first video I showed. After being rescued, you may never step into Italy. Then you'll be taken to Albania and held hostage in that very camp until they process your asylum request to see if you qualify to be given protection. If you qualify, they will bring you to Italy and give you documents. But if you don't, then they will deport you right from Albania down to your country of origin. The most useful element of this project is that it can represent an extraordinary tool of deterrence for illegal migrants destined to reach Europe, Meloni said in June, adding that the agreement could be replicated in many countries and become part of EU structural solution to the migration crisis. The two centers in Albania have costed Italy 670 million euros. That is about 564 million pounds. They are being run by Italy and are under Italian jurisdiction. Albanian guards will provide external security. Now, one center has been established in Shenzhen, about 45 miles, which is equivalent to 75 kilometers north of the capital, Tirana. The other is about 15 miles south of Shenzhen, near a former military airport in Jeddah. Meloni has said officials will try to process asylum requests within 28 days, which is equivalent to 1 month. So it's not this one that they have given us. Some of us stayed in camps for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 7 years, even 10 years. We are still, some of us are waiting for our documents in Italy, even as I speak to you today. Some people who came 10 years ago have now received their document. It's not because they committed any crime, but just what I cannot tell you, I don't know. But now they say that the people who will be taken to Albania will be processed within 30 days. That is, they say 28 days, not even up to 30. So within 1 month, they must have finished marking your result, whether you qualified to be given protection in Italy or not. So it is going to get red hot this time around. All you have to do for me is just help me to touch this share button so that people can finalize their decision before venturing into this journey. Because I know a lot of people who sell everything they have back home in Nigeria, in Africa, before embarking on this journey, using the money to pay burger that will fund them to come to Italy. Now, in case somebody does that and you end up in Albania, maybe you are not granted asylum and then they deport you, you know the consequences of that very action. Now, they said that this time it is going to be much quicker than the months it currently takes in Italy. Just like I said, Albania will only process the applications of people from countries designated as safe by Italy, a list that has recently expanded from 15 nations to 21. Previously, the list of countries that Italy regarded as safe was 15. But now, because of this new center now, they have added more 6 to it, making it 21. The updated list includes, if you're coming from Bangladesh, listen, please help me share this video. If you are coming from Bangladesh, Egypt, Ivory Coast, and Tunisia, among others. Okay? In the previous year, 56,588 people from those countries made their way to Italy. The vast majority of requests are expected to be rejected because the countries the applicants come from are considered safe, which automatically limits the scope for asylum to be granted. Those whose requests are turned down will be detained before their eventual deportation or repatriation. Anyone whose request is accepted will be taken to Italy. Meloni and her right-wing allies have long demanded that European countries share more of the migration burden. Aid workers have strongly criticized the agreement, saying that they fear the centers will rapidly fill with people waiting to be returned home. That is if Italy's, maybe if they don't do the whole thing very well, that's where it's going to become a very big problems, Okay, so, and blah, 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 that followed it. Okay, so let me give you another quick update. Let me give you a video so we can take a look into the migrant center that people are going to be sent. But before I do that, I want to introduce TapTapSend to each and every one of you. In case you are sending money from anywhere around the world to Nigeria, please use my promo code as you can see on the screen. And if you do that, you're going to get benefit of £5. They are going to add it to the money that you are sending to Nigeria. Okay, so if you are sending 100 euros or 100 pounds, they are going to add 5, which is going to make it 105 pounds. And this transaction is going to also be free. The rate is also higher than that of others. Okay, and if you are sending from Europe, they are going to add 5 euros, making it 105 euros. If you are sending 100, it's going to make it 105. You know what it is now if you give somebody £5 or 5 euros in Nigeria. Just because of this, you can make use of this very app and use that my promo code to make sure that we help people back home. If you are sending from America, United States, or you are sending it from Canada, you can use that my promo code as well and also get $10, okay, for these 2 countries. What about those in Dubai? You are not left out. You can also earn 25 AED because that's the currency used in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you very much, guys, for those who wants to, help out. Use my promo code. Now, let's take a look at the camp there. You can see. So if you look, you're going to be looking at the camp. This is where people are going to be sleeping. So it's going to be double-decker bed. It's not going to be just a normal bed. It's going to be 1 up, 2, or I think double. So the last person will be lying on the ground, and you can see the environment everywhere is clean and cool. I hope they maintain the hygiene right there. You can see the center. So finally, everything during the time of this video, it was still under construction, but as it is right now, I think they have finished the construction. So Italian police have already taken their place there, and their
telecamere che coprono l'intero perimetro del centro e che registrano H24.
Questo è un centro, se vogliamo, italiano all'interno in territorio albanese, ma all'interno del centro le regole, le procedure, le leggi sono le leggi, le procedure e le regole che vengono applicate in un qualsiasi centro migranti in Italia. È per questo che il paragone con il Ruanda non è molto appropriato, perché parliamo di 2 contesti completamente diversi dal punto di vista pratico, legislativo, giuridico e così via.
All right, so that is the update I have for you. Don't forget that Nigeria is also among the list of safe countries that they have added to this list, including Ghana and in fact, almost all the African countries. Okay, they have added them. Let me know your opinion on this and also help me share this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you and God bless.